Hello and welcome to hell, and I completely realized that I am a retard. Why did I ping videos for the stream? What the heck? Why did I do that? Oops. I am so tired that I pinged the wrong thing. Go fix that. Holy moly. Okay, there we go. You guys didn't see nothing. Oh, I know. It's because I had my coffee. I didn't have coffee and I made tea instead. Okay, so I wanted to do a bunch of stuff, but instead I'm gonna just do some administrative stuff for the most part. Starting with, I need... Fuck, where's my to-do list? Okay. The first thing I should do here, I think they added this... No. Where is... Okay, never mind. I'm just stupid. I thought they added Kanban boards by default, but they didn't. Okay, so I need to make a Kanban board to track all of my projects. Let's copy this one. Duplicate this. Where the heck is duplicate? Duplicate. Make a copy. There we go. Bring this down. Let's make this Kanban. What is it called? Default? No. Standard. What's the word I'm looking for? This is what happens when I don't have coffee. I guess we'll call it default. These should be my settings. ECPC. And I think I need new colors as well. Let me go look up. Oh, actually, before I even continue, I'm not sure if I... I don't know if I need to take a break every hour now to play ads on Twitch because of all the... No, not a new video, new stream. I don't know what the ad inventory is like. I don't know if I need to do my break every hour. I will have to keep an eye on the dashboard on Twitch because I have no idea with all the recent stuff happening. If I need to do my ads. I think it's this website, right? Coolers, yeah. Okay. I kind of want to get better colors here. What's this color here? Give me this guy. Boob 69. What I really need is the color of my... Fuck, I gotta... Let me just... You guys don't need to see this part. Give me a second. I just need to grab a quick hex color, but the things that might appear on screen may not be very suitable for public eyes. Okay, give me this color here. Oh, I can show this one. Okay. I was scared of nothing. What's this color? Okay. I think this is the color, or I guess one of the colors I want in here. Give me a new palette generator. Tap. I know how to use it. Okay, there we go. Give me that. And lock that. kind of like this color. It looks similar enough to my Boop 69. So what I'm trying to do here is I want a Kanban board for my many different projects because I've got way too many things juggling in my mind. So I just want to offload that onto here, and it'll make the rest of the process much easier, ideally. This is kind of where my color blindness comes in to hurt me. I don't know if I like these pastel colors. I think I prefer bolder colors probably. Ooh, Imperial Red. This one looks cool, but I don't think it would mesh well. The rest of my colors here. Ghost White. Curious color name. I should just close my eyes, spam space button for 25 times. And that'll give me a good color. Ooh, I like this one, Cornflower Blue. Let's tuck that one in. Prussian Blue. Isn't Prussian Blue one of the colors that Bob Ross used? What are the colors Bob Ross used? Cadmium yellow, phthalo blue, titanium white, sap green, Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, alizarin crimson, bright red, phthalo blue, and Prussian blue. Okay, in honor of the great Bob Ross, I think these are 3 colors here. The color of my little imp guy, cornflower blue, and Prussian blue. Okay, we'll do that. But now where to put them? I think we'll do this very first. This one will be pre-production. I want to split them up into different the different parts of production. So I would probably want I don't think I need a done column, but I'll keep it here for now. I think I would want an actively working on project, a project that's in pre-production, and a project that's in concept. So I would need 4. Let me get one more color. White. I think the most time I hear that is when I'm watching King of the Hill. White. And being from New York, I've never heard it pronounced that way. Unless it's on a podcast from some Southerners or Midwesterners. Or King of the Hill. Ooh, okay. So we'll do this. Spring green. This one will be our concept color. Copy this. Paste that there. Give me that color again. Okay, there we go. And I also need to compact this. Here. This will be concept. What I have in here so far is I have the concept for a halo. I guess we'll call it practice animation. Fuck. No, that's not what I want. Ungroup. after witnessing the sin that is the Halo TV show. It is my duty as an artist to make something better. I also have in concept mode, in concept phase, the Firewatch Bigfoot animation. Okay. Do that. This one will be pre-production. No, this will be projects. All project pipeline. Concept, pre-production, in production. And done. We will leave this clean for now. In production, I guess we will do. Hello? Fun and games 5 is currently in production. What else do I have? I guess technically we also have Fun and Games 6 is in concept still. What else? I have way too many ideas. Where have I kept them? Holy moly, my primary obsidian is just way too full. Oh, I know what I need to clear all this stuff. Pre-production, we will reboot Song of Maki. I think I had like one more thing that I really wanted to add here, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Whereabouts? Oh, I think actually I think I don't like how bright this Thanksgiving screen here is. My indoor gamer eyes get blinded by this, so I think I might want to change this and to make it a little darker. Oh, and I also need to, okay, so I gotta improve this Thanksgiving one. I gotta improve this Christmas one. I gotta animate it a little bit as well. There's no animation here. And I also want this Halloween one, I think needs to be improved too. I gotta like a spooky thunderstorm, which I have listed here already. Where's my stuff? Halloween improvements. Thunder, yeah, I listed that there. Let's do. We'll put it in concept. Kuromi. Background updates. Okay, this looks pretty good. Pretty good start. And it is currently November. Holy fuck, it's already the 22nd. How the heck did that happen? Holy moly. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay. Kill all of these guys. feel like there's one more other animation thing I had in mind. Oh, I also gotta, I guess I will add here. Technically in pre-production. We will click send backward. We'll do learn Blender. Okay, looks pretty good. Although this one isn't default anymore. Fuck! Make a copy of a copy. This one will be projects Kanban. Oh, I also need... Or actually, I think this works perfectly fine for everything. Okay, I think I can publish... Oh, fuck, how do I do it? New note. We'll do projects Kanban. Wait, but this is a note. Unlucky. Okay, well, I'll upload this into the public library later. Okay, I did have copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. I did have this one video I wanted to go through really quickly. Andrew Callahan's Jersey Devil stuff. The only things I know about the Jersey Devil is I think I've only heard like one story, one spooky cryptid story of the Jersey Devil. What I heard, what little I know of this spooky cryptid, he has like shape-shifting abilities. I believe the story that I heard was like it was a guy in his 20s, or he was a teen or something, and then he was with his father. They were driving out in the middle of nowhere, and then they saw this creature out in the distance that was a man-like humanoid sort of creature, and then he like morphed into some kind of dog or deer thing. And so this is his follow-up to the spooky Bigfeet guys. What was the name of that other guy? The one that Charlie covered? He says, Bigfoot farted in my living room, right? That was it. This guy, Stacy Haslett. This guy was in Charlie's video. Let's have a look at this guy's channel real quick. First Witnesses video, episode 120. Wait, First Witness, episode 120? How does that work? Hello? Oh, he broke his streak. Look, he has his cowboy hat here. In every video except for this one. A new Bigfoot event in Punxsutawney. I have no idea where that could be. Okay, Jersey Devil. What's this guy all about?
The history of the Jersey Devil. Can we ask you if you ever heard about it?
I'm going to tell you something. True story.
Oh, Philadelphia.
I'm actually from
okay.
Buena Vista Township. I think I actually saw him up in a tree one day when I was about 10 years old. It was a wolf in basically a jumper.
Oh no, it's a furry.
Denim, actually. You would think that it was a kid. He didn't move. We just stared.
Oh my god! Wait! Was that Miles Morales? Look at him! Look!
Denim, actually, you would think that it was a kid. He didn't move.
It's Spider-Man. What the heck?
We just stared at each other.
Were you scared?
Yeah. At that point, I was stared for like 5 minutes, and he started to move. So when he started to move, I took off on my bicycle because I was underneath a tree. It was one of those like a pine, like a cedar pine tree. That's what it was.
Did you feel like a little bit nervous to tell people about it?
Oh, absolutely. I would never tell anybody about it. But I haven't told many people about it.
How come?
Well, nobody would believe it.
After spending what felt like weeks searching for Bigfoot in Pennsylvania.
Wait a second. Wait a second. This video opens. He's approaching this guy. This feels staged. Why is he approaching this guy? And then at the end of their conversation, he says, "I wouldn't tell nobody because they wouldn't believe me." I don't know. My sus alert is going off.
Well, you know, nobody will believe it.
After spending what felt like weeks searching for Bigfoot in Pennsylvania and Ohio, I figured I'd probably have better luck with a more alternative, less mainstream cryptid. And so my hunt for the Jersey Devil began.
Greetings, everybody. We just touched down in beautiful New Jersey. As you know, we've spent the last week and a half talking about different types of cryptids. Bigfoot, Mothman, Mantis Man. But my favorite and one of the most undercovered cryptids in America is the Jersey Devil.
The devil child
Oh
spread his
no.
wings in her flight. Jersey devil lives forever.
I'm gonna get copy strike, aren't I?
Jersey night.
It's been said...
Oh, this is that story they were in last time with Pee Wee Herman and I never watched The Big Lebowski, but I recognize this guy here. I think there was another meme down here. I forgot what it
In
was.
piney folklore, the Jersey Devil was the 13th child of an evil Quaker lady named Mrs. Leeds, who gave birth to a demon who flew out the chimney and has been eating infants for decades, if not centuries. So I've got a couple leads so far, and I found a YouTuber named Tucker Upper,
Why is it hairless and why does it have like a little demon face? I don't know why.
who knows two guys, a father and son,
Named Mike and Stefan.
who had a Class A eyewitness sighting of the devil in 2017.
I mean, everybody always talk about the Jersey Devil, the Jersey Devil. I never thought that I would encounter it.
I have even better news for you. You guys remember Mike, the passionate Bigfoot expert from the Cryptid Expo in Pennsylvania? Well, it turns out that Mike's actually the captain of a whole gang of researchers called the Jersey Devil Research Unit. And he's agreed to let me and the Channel 5 film crew
Is it supposed to look like a horse? Maybe women tend to be horse-pilled, and the men, being jealous, chase after this supposed Jersey Devil, who's shaped surprisingly like a horse. And it also has many ways to grip it. You have horns up here, you have a tail, and most importantly, you have hooves.
and he's agreed to let me and the Channel 5 film crew shadow them for a weekend of camping and adventure.
Before I proceed, here's a disclaimer. If you came to this channel in search of, as the mainstream scientific community calls it, evidence and peer-reviewed research data, you're in the wrong place, pal.
I don't care whether or not the Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, Mothman, Mantis Man, or Dogman are real or fake. I care more about the folklore. Where did the legend come from? And what purpose does it serve throughout the course of anthropology? You know what I mean? So anyways, there's this other guy named Professor Gillespie, and he's like the top researcher. He's written a ton of books about this shit, and he's gonna talk to us and tell us what really happened.
I'm Professor Angus Cress Gillespie from the American Studies Department of Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I first got interested in the story of the Jersey Devil back in 1973 when I first arrived at Rutgers. I came in as a folklorist, and I started teaching courses in folklore, and I figured this is the State University of New Jersey, so I wanted to have some New Jersey examples. And I reached out to some of my students, particularly those from South Jersey, and they steered me in the direction of the Jersey Devil, and I've been working on that ever since. The story goes back to the 1730s. According to the story, there was a family, the Leeds family, Jane Leeds and her husband Daniel. They had 12 children, and according to the legend, when Jane Leeds learned that she was pregnant,
They made this animation look so spooky.
the Leeds family, Jane Leeds and her husband Daniel.
I can't help but laugh, but
Ever since. The story
I don't know if they intended to make it look funny, but maybe it's just me.
goes back to the 1730s. According to the story, there was a family, the Leeds family, Jane Leeds and her husband Daniel. They had 12
Spooky
children.
lightning and everything.
And according to the legend, when Jane Leeds learned that she was pregnant with her 13th child, she said, "Lord, let this child not be a child. Let this one be a devil. Well, we now know that that was a mistake.
Oh my goodness.
Because on that terrible night when Mother Leeds' 13th child was born, it started out, it was a perfectly healthy baby boy with blonde hair and blue eyes, but in the space of less than 20 minutes, it grew to the size of 2 full-grown men. And in place of the baby face, there was a horrible head of the horse. And it had the torso of a man, the feet of a goat, a long serpentine tail. It was very furry, and it had furry arms and furry paws and furry fingers. And at the end of each finger were razor-sharp fingernails. And then, unexpectedly, the creature, with one swipe of his right arm, slit the throat of the
Oh my
midwife
God.
and attendants who collapsed in a pool of blood. The creature gave out a blood-curdling scream and escaped out the chimney, where he's terrified the people of South Jersey for the last 250 years. Have you seen Mother Leeds' 13th child? The next time you go into the woods late at night, take care. And when you hear the sudden crack of a twig behind you, beware. Beware of the Jersey Devil. Oh, Mother Leeds. Oh, Mother Leeds.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Okay.
I appreciate your...
Well, the way he ended that, to me, seems like he's reciting a story that he's told children very many times.
time, and I'll let you know what we find. The family that's at the crux of the Jersey Devil folklore is the Leeds family. They're a pretty powerful family
What the
around
heck?
here.
I need this hat. I need it.
Thank you so much, Professor. I
Okay.
appreciate your time, and I'll let you know what we find. The family that's at the crux of the Jersey Devil folklore.
Do you guys think Big Feets would have an American flag at his Minecraft base? I think
is
so.
The Leeds family. They're a pretty powerful family around here. As you can see, we're in Leeds Point, New Jersey. So this family is basically the shit around here. This graveyard is full of Leeds gravestones. So these people were fucking. But what
Oh
we're
my
learning
God.
now is that the Leeds family in the 1700s was like kind of on the outs. That's right. This is a story of colonial cancel culture in a redcoat reality. Mr. Leeds, alleged father of the Jersey Devil, was not your average boring old Pennsylvania Quaker, making applesauce and hating on the Catholic Church for having too much fun. In fact, he was something of a tri-state socialite. In his late 20s, he began taking frequent trips to New York City and Philadelphia, where he'd go kick it with Christian mystics who believed in cosmology, exorcism, tarot reading, natural magic, and demonology. Mr. Leeds was like the Aleister Crowley of his time, and would oftentimes roll back into Leeds Point after long weeks in New York City to share his mystical insights, often suggesting
Why does he keep showing John Travolta here? What the heck? Is he like a John Travolta fan or something? Let me go look it up. Is Andrew Callahan a John, or maybe is he obsessed with John Travolta? I'm not getting anything. I guess we had at least 2 John Travoltas so far. We'll see how many more appear.
to the guys in town that the Quaker people ought to modernize their beliefs. This did not go over well. People in town began referring to him as a pagan, banned him from the local church,
3.
and commenced a word-of-mouth smear campaign that may have messed up his reputation on a Leeds Point level. But he didn't give a shit. He was
4.
popping in New York. And remember, this is pre-internet, so not anybody could be popping in New York. So what happened here, I'm assuming, is that Mr. Leeds was like the shit. He was probably making a ton of moves, went to New York, tapped in with a bunch of different type of more, city swanky ass people and figured, you know what? Fuck all this Quaker shit, we should do something different. I am willing to bet there was a mutiny where all of the other Quaker dudes who were jealous of Mr. Leeds and all of his clout got together somewhere in town and said, you know how we can really fuck up this dude's name? Let's say that his baby mama gave birth to a demon. There's also allegations that Benjamin Franklin was in a race with Mr. Leeds to develop the first farmer's almanac. And Ben Frank was really close to having a sick-ass copy of the farmer's almanac
But Mr. Leeds knew a lot more about farming. So I think Benjamin Franklin and the jealous Quakers of South Jersey conspired to throw dirt on the Leeds family so they could get their money up.
I became quite energized after reaching my new discovery and hoped that maybe the people of Leeds Point could share some insight with me.
What can you tell us about the legend of the Jersey Devil?
Well, supposedly she cursed the child, and when he was born, he had wings and of the devil, and he flew out.
Have you ever heard a convincing eyewitness account of an encounter?
Convincing? No. I really don't believe in it. I think it's just a legend. It's fun to have
Wow.
because it's part of the South Jersey thing.
I bet this guy doesn't even believe in Santa. What?
But that's about it.
Much like when interviewing locals in Reamer, Minnesota many years ago, who denied the existence of Bigfoot, townspeople of Leeds Point, New Jersey stonewalled me, which Professor Gillespie says is par for the course.
You can't just go in and say, tell me about the Jersey Devil. That's a sure way to get people to shut up.
Have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil?
No, never heard of.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No. Never?
Never.
It's like a demonic creature that was the 13th child of the Leeds matriarch that escaped through the chimney and has been terrorizing the Pine Barrens since the 1700s. Does that ring a bell?
Honestly, no.
Excuse me, ma'am. Have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil?
Yeah.
When did you first hear about the Jersey Devil?
I don't like this, man. Sorry.
You know, one thing you hear a lot about in folklore is the concentrated effort to withhold information from outside agitators. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if she knows the exact location of this beast. All right, we got a great first chapter of the investigation completed. Couple great leads here in Leeds Point. Some obvious liars in the mix.
Honestly, no.
But some people willing to point us in the right direction.
I think I actually saw him up in a tree one day.
Excuse me, ma'am, have you ever heard of the Jersey Devil? Have you ever heard of...
Oh, sorry.
It was obvious to me that if I wanted to learn the truth, just asking locals wouldn't do me any good. I began to wonder if there was a local cryptid community there in South Jersey dedicated to hunting down the devil. After diving down every rabbit hole I could, I came to the conclusion that there was no dedicated subculture attached to this particular cryptid.
That's the
but
sixth
rather
John
a loose
Travolta.
network of independent researchers and lone wolf eyewitnesses, who seemed to all convene in the comment section of a local father and YouTuber named Tucker Upper, who posts regular updates about his findings. He agreed to meet with me at a nearby bar inside of a strip mall, conveniently named JD's Pub and Grill. Tucker claimed he just captured foolproof video evidence of the Jersey Devil's existence on a trail cam that he put in his backyard.
It was careless, bro. It's almost nothing. It could easily be like, okay, that's just a deer turned around.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's just that.
That looks like a deer to me. Go back. Actually, I guess it looks kind of like a wild boar. Or, I'm not sure.
There's just that weird, eerie feeling of like, why is it hairless? And why does it have like a little demon face? I don't know why. Yeah, I'm Tucker Upper, and the Jersey Devil has literally always been a part of my life since I was a tiny kid. I'm actually married through my lineage to the Leeds family at some point in time. So there's a story that became really famous of like this soldier who shot a cannon directly at the Jersey Devil, and it just went right through him, and then the devil just into smoke. So the only way that could be possible is if it's like a skinwalker, I would say, like a witch that was possessed. Scariest thing about the Jersey Devil is how it's always a little bit different. So I don't think it's like meat. You know, like Bigfoot, how it's a legitimate person, basically. Yeah. The Jersey Devil seems to me more like a skinwalker, where it can change shape and it can basically change to the shape that you're most afraid of. So if you ask one guy who saw the Jersey Devil and then another person who saw the Jersey Devil, their description's probably going to be slightly different, if not really different.
Tucker's most viewed video about the Jersey Devil features an eyewitness account from a local father and son.
It was crazy. Like, we all had to question what we were seeing.
Mike and Stefan was from a Facebook post that I posted, like, has anybody actually seen the Jersey Devil, right? And they responded to it. It was very convincing and like, holy shit, like this thing is legit.
Though it had been over 4 years since Mike and Stefan set foot in the location where they had their first sighting, they agreed to take us there and give us a play-by-play of the whole encounter.
It was him. It said, Dad, let's go out and see what's at the end of this road. So I was like, all right. It was on the way back. That's when everything started happening. So I'm looking out to my left. So I'm driving this way, but I'm looking out to my left. The sun was shining onto the tree line in the distance. But while I'm driving, I'm doing like 35, maybe 40, 45 miles per hour. I'm just driving casually. All of a sudden, the sun shading casted on the trees took the shape of what looked like a sand-colored khaki camel. It had like a long neck. It's breaking up because I'm driving and I can't really like get it clear because I'm keeping my eye on the road and I'm looking, I'm like this. So we pull over to the same clearing. We get out the car. What I saw in the wood line, it was there, but it almost looked shimmery, almost like a water, like on a hot summer day.
Like a mirage.
Like a mirage. But it was there. I had a Galaxy Note.
I don't recall if this is... Oh, fuck. If these are the guys from that one episode I heard of that podcast. It was quite a while ago. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. It's because this does sound like a very similar encounter to the one that I heard before. Let's see if I can find it really quickly. I don't believe it was titled anything about the Jersey Devil. I peed on Sasquatch. Nice meme. The creature waved at me. Georgia property and Sasquatch. I might not be able to find it quickly enough. Let's see if I just search Jersey Devil. Stefan and Mike. Is that these guys' name? I think he said Stefan, right?
Stefan set foot in the location of...
Mike and Stefan was from
It is Mike and... That's these guys. From this episode. These are the guys. Okay, so he's got pictures here as well. Oh, wait a second. What? Hang on. When you did your pic spam, did it show up? I think it's broken. I don't know if I broke it or if it did show up. Okay. I haven't been paying attention to whether or not emotes show up. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think another time you did it didn't work. Oh, hey, Emoto, when did you get in here? I probably can't show that on YouTube. Oops. You guys didn't see nothing. Prints on the stairs. Scratch marks on stairs after finding print in yard. Okay, so here's that picture that I mentioned before about the thingy morphing. I guess that's what he's about to explain here in a second. He got scratched here. It looks like typically when people are doing paranormal ghost hunting, if there is a demonic presence, there tends to be scratches like this with 3 claw marks. Scratches from a friend who went to the site. I don't know if I'm logged in right now, right this very meow. Just it with Twitch, right? Yeah, okay. Update emote sets. Channel. I think it worked. Does it show up now? I've only ever seen... Wait. It should send a message if it goes through, right? Emotes. Oh, wait a second. What? Hello? Hang on a second. Did they change? I don't think so. Look. Where's my other emotes? Where's the rest of them? These are only the ones that I uploaded. Or, no, hang on. It's right here. It should work. I guess it's worked. Okay, might have to wait a couple days for it to show up. Authenticate extension to manage emotes. Hang on. What did it say there? Look. It says authenticate extension. Okay, well, I'm not gonna click that right now because I'm not sure what's gonna appear. But yeah, okay, so thankfully, I did recall this episode correctly, and it is these guys. And there is some morphing, so he's about to recount this part here about the morphing. I imagine he will provide the pictures here as well.
Facebook post that I posted, like, has anybody actually seen the Jersey Devil, right? And they responded to it. It was very convincing and like, holy shit, like this thing is legit.
Though it had been over 4 years since Mike and Stefan set foot in the location of where they had their first sighting, they agreed to take us there and give us a play-by-play of the whole encounter.
It was him that said, "Dad's going out and see what's down the end of this road." So I was like, all right. It was on the way back. That's when
Yeah, he
everything
kind of
started
does the
happening.
like Jay
I'm looking out to my
Parker.
left. So I'm driving this way, but I'm looking out to my left. The sun was shining onto the tree line in the distance. But while I'm driving, I'm doing like 35, maybe 40, 45 miles per hour. I was driving casually. All of a sudden, the sun shading casted on the trees took the shape of what looked like a sand-colored khaki camel. It had like a long neck. It's breaking up because I'm driving and I can't really like get it clear. I'm keeping my eye on the road and I'm looking. I'm like this. So we pull over to the same clearing. We get out the car. What I saw in the wood line, it was there, but it almost looked shimmery, almost like a water, like on a hot summer day, like a mirage. But it was there. I had a Galaxy Note phone that I took a picture of it. That's what we saw, the Jersey Devil. But if you look to the left, you can see the face of a crying child. If you look very closely, do you see it? Like kind of like eye, mouth, head.
No, I don't see it.
And the other picture I want you to
I don't think this is what he's pointing to. He's probably like pointing over here or something. And so he's just trying to make fun of it.
Mouth.
I'm assuming. I do not see anything here that looks like like a Horus.
But it was there. I had a Galaxy Note phone that I took a picture of it. That's what we.
Hang on, let me cross-reference this to this website, this picture. I think that's this one here. Like, oh, that's this last one here. I cannot see shit from this one right here. This is way too zoomed in. There's no detail.
We saw the Jersey Devil, but if you look to the left, you can see the face of a crying child. If you look very closely, do you see it? Like kind of.
Do you guys see a crying child? Let me do this. Let me do this. Easy peasy. Let's grab this. Let's come here. What I think I see, if I see anything at all, I see like two potential things. Oh, this isn't the brush I want. I see kind of like a humanoid shape here. Like here's some shoulders, like this, with a head, and then like eyes. Do you guys see that? That's kind of what you'd have to like. I don't know if it comes through across on the stream because it's a FNAF check. Okay, I didn't know any FNAF lore or anything. If I see anything at all, I see this here. Fuck, I saw like a fox or something. Like I think here's like a circle, like a dark circle here. That stuff. Fuck, where's that wolf I saw? It's more like a fox, but no, there's like there's just not enough pixels here. I do not see a crying child at all. Oh wait, look what I see. Look what I see. Here's a foot. Look, guys, look. Here's a foot. Right here. Here's another foot. Goes like this. Oh. And then here's some eyes. You see it? Look. You see it? Tell me I'm not crazy. Look. It's an alien. Oh my god.
Kind of like eye, mouth, head. And the other picture I want you to see is the actual why we believe it's paranormal with this photo right here. You can see it changed shape, transforming into shape.
It had an unusually long neck. It had like a slope to the body.
It was just crazy. It was just walking. But the strange thing about it, it was moving, but it never advanced.
It wasn't moving. It wasn't advancing. It was almost as if it was paranormal.
I was like, hey, somebody's horse got it.
When I looked out and he's saying someone's horse is loose, the first thing I noticed was, well, this is a marsh.
And I'm thinking like, right. And that's when I started saying to myself, I know this is not what I think it is.
The next emotion that followed their sense of wonder and bewilderment was a realization that many Jersey Devil experiencers have. Holy shit, nobody is gonna believe us.
You know what I mean? And we got a couple of those, like, what you guys smoking? You know?
Yeah, heard that a lot, yeah.
But you expect that because, you know, you're gonna have the scoffers and the naysayers and the trolls just wanna just troll you.
We're non-believers, skeptics.
You guys, it doesn't exist, but we know, we saw it.
So we're not too far from the actual original Leeds family house or the foundation, right?
Oh, no,
right up the street.
Right up the street. We can take you to one of these properties whenever you guys are ready.
Let's do it, man.
Let's go.
I could hardly believe it.
Yep, right there.
There we were at the foundation of the Leeds home.
This is a actual Leeds property. If you look down in there, there's some actual brick. There's some brickwork. Yeah, you can see it's clear.
Is he gonna show them the other pictures of these feet prints? What do deer track look like? Because I suspect they may look kind of like this. Deer tracks in snow. If I had to play devil's advocate, I would say that they added this part here at the end after the fact. If it's a hoax, it's because they added this, and they're trying to convince people that it's the spooky Jersey Devil. I do think though that deer are more like this, where it's like a more consistent trail. Although I guess that's if multiple deer. Two deer. What's a pack of deer called? It's called a herd. Do a herd of deer walk in a single file line? Deer often travel in groups and walk in single file. Okay, so that would explain, yeah, that other picture that I just saw. Okay, so that answers that question. So if this is a deer, it's one deer. If it is a deer, they must have done this themselves or somebody else did to try to fool us. Or it's actually the Jersey Devil and he's telling the truth the whole entire time. I don't know why he didn't talk about these other ones. They didn't talk about, I shouldn't show that on YouTube. Just in case. Oh no. Why didn't they talk about these other pictures? They got like multiple different instances of potential encounters or evidence, so I'm not sure why they didn't bring those up. Why wouldn't he be telling the truth? Nobody lies about things like that.
And like I said, this type of brickwork is not done. This was, you can tell it's an old limestone. Old limestone, but it's solid. But that's all that remains.
From a historical perspective, I thought that it was pretty sick that we found the actual chimney where supposedly the Jersey Devil escaped from. This is like must be a brick from the old house. Mm-hmm. Jim might keep this. Yeah, here we go. Going pretty good.
Oh,
if they don't keep it, might bring something back.
Tucker was extremely adamant about me not taking a fragment from the Leeds chimney.
Yeah, don't fucking bring it, dude. That's a terrible idea.
Not because of its historical value, but he assured me that if I took it, bad things would happen.
Oh, he's gonna put it in his girlfriend's backpack? What the heck? Yeah, babe, you take the curse. You carried the cursed brick. Hold on to it for me.
It's historical value, but he assured me that if I took it, bad things would happen.
Someone commented and said that they actually took a brick from there, brought it back to their house, and crazy shit was happening at their house, and they were having crazy dreams, and then like stuff was falling off the...
Yeah, he really does look like Trey Parker. Oh my god. Where's a good picture of him? Trey's nose is a little, I forget what this part's called, like the part where it flares out at the bottom. It looks a little wider than this guy's, but I think he definitely does have the eyes. I'm kind of scared to scroll down. I know what kind of work he does. I'm a little spooked.
The wall, but despite his warnings, the risk was worth it. I didn't want the chimney fragment for just a memento. Unbeknownst to Tucker, I'd just been invited by Mike Famelant, that's right, the El Chapo of Tri-State Cryptid Research, to a private expedition deep in the Pine Barren National Preserve, along with a team of 4 other expert researchers, who together comprise an alpha team of top dogs that, thanks to the grace of God, were down to let me join their ranks.
And we are the Jersey Devil Research Unit.
My name's Mike Famla, and I am the lead investigator of this expedition.
My name's Larry Susan, and this is my first time ever doing this. My name's Wiley, and I can tell the difference between a fox scat and a dog poop.
This is actually my first time going out on a Jersey Devil expedition. Usually I go out looking for Bigfoot.
I wonder if he puts that on his dating profile. I can tell the difference between a fox scat and a dog poop.
I've been actually kind of wondering what you would have to do in order to have a Jersey Devil experience and how to compare that to Bigfooting. I was touched by a Bigfoot once in a hammock, and
Hi, I'm Sophie, and I'm a tree hugger. I don't know as much about the Jersey Devil as I do like other cryptids, but I just like that it's like kind of misunderstood. It's like the unwanted child, like the whole story behind it.
My name's Michael O'Connor. My 3 favorite cryptids is the Sasquatch, the Jersey Devil, and I'd say the Mothman. I think the Jersey Devil could be a possible supernatural phenomenon, and I definitely think there's too many sightings in the state to say it's a hoax. Do I think there's a lot of tricksters out there? I think there's a lot of hammerheads. Yeah, definitely.
Hammerheads?
A cryptid's paranormal.
What? I never heard that as like an insult. Hammerhead? Who the heck? What region of the U.S. is hammerhead used as an insult? There's nothing. We found the one person on the planet who calls somebody a hammerhead as a joke,
And I definitely think there's too many sightings in the state to say it's a hoax. Do I think there's a lot of...
No, this is what came up. I just like, what region of the U.S. is hammerhead used as an insult? There's no, it's so obscure that there's no Google AI summary.
tricksters out there. I think there's a lot of hammerheads. Yeah, definitely. I run a cryptid paranormal convention. I started it last year in Perth Amboy, and I'm going to try to do it every year. And one of the signs I'm going to have is all hoaxers will be hung.
Oh my God.
I think all the hoaxers should be hung. I think all of them should be hung and beat the hell out of them. You know, just kick them in the face and get rid of them all, because I think they're spoiling it for all the serious investigators that are just trying to find out what's going on.
It's a pretty serious penalty for a false hoaxer, right?
You know, just get out of here.
For sure. Mike, dude, thanks for having us so much.
Absolutely.
So for those who don't know, can you tell us where we're at right now?
I agree. All liars should be hung.
We are in Wharton State Forest. We're in the middle of the 1.1 million acre Pine Barren National Preserve, right in the heart of the Jersey Devil sightings.
So this is like the heart of the Pine Barrens.
Absolutely.
Basically. Right, so I've got two things with me that I think might be able to help us. So I have this, looks like a pint of goat's blood. I believe the goat was killed about two days ago.
Goat's blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also have a pretty sick-ass fragment from the original chimney of the Leeds family home where the alleged 13th
No way.
So if you want to check this shit out.
So this is the chimney where the Jersey Devil supposedly flew out.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Feel its energy.
Some future just grind it out.
Want to see?
Yeah.
Wow.
I could tell the team was grateful that I brought something so special along and wasn't just another huckster or hammerhead only in it for the money.
Hammerhead. See, look, he's taking on their vernacular.
Spirits were high, and I feel like the chimney fragment and goat's blood gave us a huge advantage.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us here in Wharton State Forest. We got two objectives. First objective is we have goat's blood. We're going to somehow put that onto a tree. And second objective...
Maybe somewhere down his family line, one of his female relatives were a... what are they called? Channels? I think that's what they're called, right? Channelers?
is to make some vocalizations and try to get a Jersey Devil to give us a call back or come in and check us out.
So is there a particular place in the woods that you look for where you think is going to be more ideal?
Well, technically, when we do vocalizations, we try to get to like a high point, so the echo and the sound will carry. I don't think we're gonna.
That's another thing I forgot. I was gonna. It's like a super in concept thing. Where is it? Here. I was also gonna do. Fuck. Had an idea for a Big Feet anime. I have a pretty interesting concept for it, but I need to flesh it out a whole bunch more.
Gonna find a high point here in the Pine Barrens because.
Yes. I'm gonna probably redo some of the scenes that I didn't like, the backgrounds, because I do like the, where is it? Because this one, I really like this one. This is one of my favorites still to this day. I like this one. This one's good. But some of the earlier ones, I basically drew them in order from when they appear. So the earlier stuff was more like my testing stuff. And then later on, I came into like figuring out my style. So I want to redo that, and then also probably have some voice acting. So it's gonna be a new thingy on my Obsidian library with all my projects. Whereabouts they are in production. Oh wait, what the heck? This doesn't belong here. So yeah, this is going to be the big list of all my stuff that I'm working on. Easy peasy. Yes. Yeah, once I got stuff rolling, I will reach out to potential collaborators.
I think everything is like 3 feet above sea level. So we're gonna just try to find an area, maybe an intersection of trails.
Do you think this chimney fragment will help out at all?
I don't know, man.
Dude, I have no idea.
It's not gonna hurt.
That's true.
Time seems.
I know that whooping is a big part of Big Feats and Big Feet hunting and Big Feats lore and encounters. I have no idea if the Jersey Devil has that as well, but I mean, these guys are the experts, right? I too want to go to the woods at night and yelling my lungs out. It's very cathartic, I'm sure.
Seemed to freeze as the team stood at perfect attention, desperately awaiting for the pines to screech, howl, or knock back. Predictably, nothing happened, and so it was time to move on.
All right, yeah, let's do this thing here. I don't necessarily want to touch it, so.
All right, so this is a lot of goat's blood. I mean, I do know that some people drink this stuff for medicinal benefits.
I don't know how it should come packaged, but I feel like it should be packaged differently.
To my dismay, the goat's blood was extremely stinky, which sent the team recoiling.
Oh, that is bad. I don't think that's going to fit in there. It's so congealed.
Undisturbed by the aroma, I proceeded with my plan, which was to transfer the goat's blood into an empty water bottle and then use the bottle to spray the blood on a twig, which I figured may coax the Jersey Devil into coming out of hiding.
So basically, you want to just coat the bark in a circle. So basically, it'll waft into the air.
Put it on top of the branch sticking out. Yeah, that's it, right there. Yeah, that's good. He's going to perch on that thing. Yeah.
Perch on that thing.
Come Jersey Devil.
Oh my goodness.
Mike, you hearing anything?
Not really, are you? All right, well, there's that. That's taken care of.
After failing twice to conjure up the devil, Mike set up a trail cam near the goat's blood and said it was time to walk back to the campsite.
There's that. Not like we didn't try.
Still, he assured us that despite not having a Class A, it was overall a successful night.
I think that was good. I think that was really good. So we had a very successful night investigation so far. We did the blood thing on the tree. That was successful and disgusting, and at the same time.
That blood was very pungent. As Mike said, it's pretty gross.
And then we went and did some Bigfoot vocalizations, Jersey Devil vocalizations, and get any replies back. But that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to Bigfooting and looking for cryptids, right?
You ever get disappointed?
Yeah, you get disappointed, but then you know what? The disappointment comes in when you go after time after time after time after time and don't get any activity. And then it starts getting a little frustrating, but then at the very end, you get that one little like callback or that one tree knock, and it's like, okay, something's out there, and then the rejuvenation gets you going again. We are the
Jersey Devil Research Unit.
All hoaxers will be hung.
Channel 5 Live, Worldwide, Hollywood and
Yes.
Fuck the authority, Channel 5 News. Channel 55, we don't fuck with custers. And 5 is the best.
Yes, all hoaxers should be hung. I agree. Full-throatedly. Twitch is not telling me that it's automatically playing ads. Patches. I smell something funny. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I'm not sure if maybe they knocked over some food or something. Actually, it smells like one of the kitties threw up. No! What the heck? I'll be right back. I guess I'll play some ads on Twitch just in case. But there's probably going to be no ads given Given the chaos. Give me a second. Okay. There was one last thing I forgot to add to my thingy, and that is... Wait. I did the wrong one, I think. No, this one's good. Wait, why didn't it save? Unlucky. Wait, what just happened? Holy moly. Kind of scared to open some of these on the big screen. This isn't how I left this. I am spooked. It literally actually broke itself. How did it do that? It ate my... It ate my Bigfoot enemy. I think in here I'll plop my... Fuck. What the heck? Build my website. Fuck, no. There we go. And backward. Okay. ECP. Oh, I should probably update Nightbot with that. I'll do that later. Okay, there was one more spooky monster thing that I had currently. We got the Andrew Callahan Jersey Devil out of the way. This was recommended to me multiple times. It's probably... I have no idea what this channel is. Fuck, stop. I never heard of these guys. Cryptids Canada. Years later, I discovered why a Bigfoot treated my family so bad. When I went back to where it happened, I soon discovered why. This sort of gives me AI vibes. This is a nice animation here at the opening though, look at it. I'm kind of scared it's gonna get copy striked on YouTube.
Hi guys, welcome to Cryptids Canada.
What the heck is this? This is gonna give me nightmares. What is the source of this image? Everything that appears here. It's all AI generated. What? Why is there a raccoon here? I gotta get this one later. What the heck? No! Oh my goodness. I can't show that. Let me see if I can do this. Sight engine is, I believe, what it's called. I I think this pulls up my... Yeah, it does. Okay. No, that's not what it... Fuck. Give me this one. This coming over here. Where's that Bigfoot? There we go. What a surprising surprise. 99% chance that it's AI generated. 50% stable diffusion, 50% dolly. What a surprising surprise. Okay, so this sounds like a podcast episode. Let's go figure out what she's all about.
I can't think of anyone I'd rather spend my Sunday with than you guys. Okay, so today's video takes place just a little bit outside of Chilliwack, BC. This is a very popular spot for Bigfoot sightings for many, many, many years.
Oh my
I
God.
just did another story just a couple of days ago from the same exact area, coincidentally. All right then, enough of the jibber jabber. Let's get to the story. Hello, Miss Leslie and listeners. My story took place back in 1998. I was 12 at the time, and my older brother was 15. My parents had split up, but my mom tried to be nice, I think, and invite my dad along for a weekend of camping. My brother and I thought that was odd, but okay, we thought maybe they're trying to get back together. We didn't really know. We didn't really care. We had gotten used to our parents not being together. For some reason, they decided to bring 2 cars. Dad brought his truck, so I decided to ride along with my dad, and my brother rode along with my mom. We pulled into the camping place, which was near Harrison Hot Springs, British Columbia, and we had been there before and we liked it. When we arrived, though, they were completely booked. Apparently, my mom's deposit didn't go through, or at least that's what she told us. Personally, I think she forgot to send it, but that's neither here nor there. So here we were, basically stranded on the side of the road, looking to go camping for the weekend, and not knowing what to do. So, of course, Dad to the rescue. He said, "Follow me," and we drove back to the town of Chilliwack, which is where my dad had lived most of his young life. So he was pretty familiar with the area. He pulled into a gas station and talked to a friend that worked there. At the time, nobody had cell phones. Apparently, my dad's friend had some land and said that we were welcome to go park there and camp for the weekend if we wanted. Dad said that he had camped there many times with his friend, and it was a nice place and had a beautiful stream, so it sounded perfect. So we all took a vote and decided to go for it. Once we arrived, we knew by Mom's behavior that something wasn't right. I should probably mention that my mom is known as a psychic medium. She can usually tell when something isn't going to go right, and we really should have listened to her feelings that one day. Nowadays, they have a saying for it. They call it spidey senses are tingling. I think that's a good way to describe what would happen to my mom. Sometimes she knew right away when a situation wasn't going to turn out well. Sometimes she would just get a funny feeling, and she would be on high alert. But this day, she definitely knew that things were not good. Dad thought that Mom was just picking up bad energy from when they were kids and not doing very responsible things there, i.e. drinking, drugs, and partying, which both of my parents had grown out of, I might add. So Dad just figured that that was what was causing Mom to go off a little bit. Then I heard Mom take Dad aside.
I don't think this is an AI narration. It seems like it's a real person running this channel. It's just everything else seems like AI. Definitely the thumbnails 100%. The backgrounds here. This little part here in the description reads to me like AI generated text, but I cannot tell for sure.
Aside. She said, "Look, maybe we should just do this another weekend instead." He said, "Look, we're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. That's turned out good. We saved a few bucks. Let's just enjoy ourselves." So she relented and gave in. So we went about setting up our camp. Dad bought a really cool tent for the back of his pickup truck, and we each had our own small tent for some reason. I don't know why we didn't just have one large tent, but regardless. But once the tents were up, Dad bought a really cool tent for the back of his pickup truck, and we each had our own small tent for some reason. I don't know why we didn't just have one large tent, but regardless. But once the tents were up, we sat around the fire, talking and roasting our marshmallows and hot dogs. And then I heard Mom say, "Benny, what is that?" Of course, we all look in the direction she's pointing, and we see there's a silhouette of a very large being standing there in the tree line. Just a little further back, you could see its really wide shoulders, and you could also see the fire in its shining eyes. Now here's the weird part that I recall. I was staring at it. I could see its shape. I blinked a couple of times, as you do when you're staring at something, and all of a sudden, it was no longer there. It was as if it melted into the spot. I asked, "Can anyone else see it?" And everyone said the same thing. No, it just disappeared. Where did it go? Now we started questioning ourselves. Was it really there? Did we really see it? My brother said, maybe it was just our imagination. It's not there now. Then the s'mores got pulled out, and of course we got thinking about those instead. And as you know, s'mores can bring peace to the Middle East. But this night, I could still see that Mom and Dad were both troubled.
Is that a phrase? S'mores can bring peace to the Middle East? There's nothing on Google about that. S'mores, plural. Is... Fuck, play.
We got thinking about those instead. And as you know, s'mores can bring peace to the Middle East. We really see it? My brother said, maybe it was just our imagination. It's not there now.
Okay. The more we progress through this video, the more I'm convinced this story is AI generated too. The purpose of the channel seems to be that people write in with their stories. That's how it was also in the beginning. She made it seem like that. But is it really? I don't think I should be watching this channel. I don't want to promote... I don't want to promote AI slop. Who the fuck says s'mores? As you know, s'mores can bring peace to the Middle East. There's nothing on Google about this. It's not a phrase. Let's ask AI. Let's ask our resident AI. Do we have Leo here? Okay, this is Mistral. Oh, this is Llama 3.18b. Can s'mores bring peace to the Middle East? Oh fuck! I didn't uncheck. What the heck is this? Sarcastic tone. It italicizes its tone now? Sarcastic tone. Unfortunately, no. S'mores cannot bring peace to the Middle East. The speaker in the transcript was using a humorous exaggeration to lighten the mood after the strange occurrence in the woods. While s'mores can be a tasty treat, they don't have the power to resolve complex geopolitical conflicts. Unfortunate. If only that were the case. The easiest solution is to burn some whiteys, turn them brown, bring peace to the Middle East.
Now. Then the s'mores got pulled out, and of course we got thinking about those instead. And as you know, s'mores can bring peace to the Middle East. But this night, I could still see...
Okay, no, this is entirely AI. The way that was pronounced there, I'm so sussed right now.
Can bring peace to the Middle East. But this night,
Why does it sound like that? At the very end of Middle East, the pronunciation of Middle East sounds so weird, and then it sort of just seems to like cut off at the end of East, like prior to when it should.
Of course, we got thinking about those instead.
Let me play it at normal speed.
And as you know, s'mores can bring peace to the Middle East. But this night, I could still see that Mom and Dad were both troubled. They were still paying. S'mores can bring peace to the Middle East. But this night, I could still...
Okay, that's that's enough of this show. No mas. Oh no. YouTube is recommending me just the AI stuff. I want to find this image later. This looks funny. This AI thing. This raccoon one. Okay, that means I'm not gonna watch this Bigfoot one here either. Fuck that. Alright. I do have an article here. I'm not sure where it's from. Let's have a look. Okay. This is from iflscience.com. I never heard of this. What is this publication about? IFL Science, where science becomes educational and entertaining. Our platform is dedicated to demystifying the world of science and making it accessible and enjoyable for everyone. Through our commitment to high-quality journalism and accurate and engaging content, we aim to ignite curiosity and deepen the understanding of the scientific phenomena shaping our world. IFL Science started as a Facebook page devoted to memes and science content in 2012, whereafter it evolved into a global go-to website for engaging, amusing, and thought-provoking science articles. Surely there must be a... is IFL Science a legit website? Media bias / fact checked. This website looks like it's from the early 2000s. Like look at this logo here. Uploads. This was uploaded 2020? This does not look like something made in 2020. According to this website, though, mediabiasfactchecked.com, IFL Science is a left center and a high in factual reporting. The tiers are very high, mostly factual, mixed, low, and very low. I don't know if I trust this site here. Okay, Quora. This will be perfect. This will give me the answer I need. Is IFL Science a credible source? IFL Science is trying to be a good popularizer of science, but I get the impression that they sometimes sensationalize the published articles. In this case, the article seems okay. It mentions the journal where the study was published. David Andrews answers, it definitely used to be, but then it wobbled and went off somewhat. Even at its best, though, it is not a scientific journal. So, as with any other secondary source, it's always best to check the original articles. Okay, that's what I was gonna do anyway. So let's go ahead and read this, knowing all of that information. From IFL Science by Stephen Luntz. Why a philosopher is worried about people believing aliens having visited Earth. This was published September 17th, 2024. It may not be the worst conspiracy theory around, but that doesn't mean it's harmless. We need to take the popular belief in alien visitations seriously, one researcher has argued. Not because it could be true, but rather because that credence can be very harmful. The beliefs that extraterrestrial spacecraft buzz in our skies and that past visitors provided ancient civilizations with much of their technologies have attracted wide support. When it comes to the ancient civilizations side of this coin, there is no evidence that is not either blatantly fraudulent or easily explained by other means. When it comes to modern UFO sightings, people have certainly reported lights moving in ways no one has yet been able to explain, and some of these observers are credible. Nevertheless, it's a big leap from, quote, "we don't know what it is," to, quote, "another species crossed many light years of space to nip around in Earth's atmosphere just enough to draw our attention without leaving anything tangible." End quote. Many may question whether the popularity of these ideas matter, however. False claims and conspiracy theories can do great harm when they concern vulnerable communities like religious or ethnic minorities. It's not so obvious why we should care about a belief in aliens. Dr. Tony Milligan of King's College London thinks there are good reasons to consider the efforts of these beliefs and hopes to advance discussion about how to respond. Perhaps the most obvious point Milligan makes is that the ancient aliens claims are inherently racist. Whoa, where the heck did that come from? I was a little caught off by religious or ethnic minorities. Where did the ethnic minorities come from? But then now here, all of a sudden it's racist? What the heck? Is this a real person? Dr. Tony Milligan of King's College London. There is a real person named Dr. Tony Milligan, and he does have a website he does have a page at King's College London. I assume this is the university's website. Is this an actual quote attributed to him? There are no quotes by him in this article that I can see. Okay, hang on. Generate background noise. Alien theories. Generate background noise. Okay, I think this does seem like something he said. Here is an article from King's College London. What is this? .ac. .ac.uk. This seems to have been written by Dr. Tony Milligan himself. Comment: belief in alien visits to Earth is spiraling out of control. Here's why that's so dangerous. Okay, we'll read that afterward. Let's finish this first article first. Okay, perhaps the most obvious point Milligan makes is that the ancient aliens' claims are inherently racist and create background harm as a result. The origin of these tales lies in this belief by people of European descent that people they considered primitive could have achieved impressive feats on their own. Okay, sure, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. It's okay. They are making new amazing feats in Egypt now by doing great and excellent moderation for the company known as Twitch.tv. The origin of these tales lies in the disbelief by people of European descent that people they considered primitive could have achieved impressive feats on their own. If white people... Okay, the guy who wrote this article, is he American? Written by Stephen Luntz, edited by Francesca Benson. Who are these people? Show me this. Stop. Fuck. That's not what I meant to do. Is this guy American? It says he graduated from the University of Melbourne. That's not America. How about Francesca? Has an MSCI in biochemistry from the University of Birmingham. I don't think that's America either, right? Location Leeds. No, that is not America. It's typically Americans who say white people. So unless these guys are incredibly woke and they consume primarily American political woke culture. I don't know that they would say this, but I guess if they're in the university, they would probably lean in that direction. So that's just a little strange to hear coming from. I hate that there's no quotes. It cites here Dr. Tony Milligan of King's College, but then it says what he supposedly thinks, but there's no quotes by him so far. I think later there's maybe like one. So I'm very hesitant to continue reading this article. Let's go look at this other one, the King's College one. That's I believe it's written by Dr. Tony Milligan himself. This might be a better written piece. Okay, this is by Dr. Tony Milligan, Research Fellow, Philosophy of Ethics. The idea that aliens may have visited the Earth is becoming increasingly popular. Around a fifth of UK citizens believe Earth has been visited by extraterrestrials, and an estimated 7% believe that they have seen a UFO. The figures are even higher in the US, and rising. The number of people who believe UFO sightings offer likely proof of alien life increased from 20%. Like, this is already a much better read than this one here. We've got numbers, we've got citations, we've got links to everything. Oh my goodness. The number of people who believe UFO sightings offer likely proof of alien life increased from 20% in 1996 to 34% in 2022. Some 24% of Americans say they've seen a UFO. What's the citation here? YouGov. Oh my goodness. This belief is slightly paradoxical, as we have zero evidence that aliens even exist. What's more, given the vast distances between star systems, it seems odd we'd only learn about them from a visit. Evidence for aliens is more likely to come from signals from faraway planets. In a paper accepted for publication in the Proceedings of the International Astronomical Union, I argue that the belief in alien visitors is no longer a quirk, but a widespread societal problem. The belief is now rising to the extent that politicians, at least in the US, feel they have to respond. The disclosure of information about claimed UAP from the Pentagon has got a lot of bipartisan attention in the country. Much of it plays upon familiar anti-elite tropes that both parties have been ready to use, such as the idea that the military and a secretive cabal of private commercial interests are keeping the deep truth about alien visitations hidden. That truth is believed to involve sightings, abductions, and reverse-engineered alien technology. Belief in a cover-up is even higher than belief in alien visitation. I mean, oh, but I had I had this screenshot on my phone the other day of... I wonder if it's still there. Let me see if I can go find it. Oh, fuck. I have fucking streamer mode on. I won't be able to... Oh! Oh! Hold on. I might have to scroll too far. The screenshot was basically this guy saying something like, I don't need truth or evidence. I have eyes, and I can tell. And then he calls the person he's talking to a fucking commie. Ah, fuck! I lost it. I didn't save it. I'll post it later if I can find it. The U.S. government would never lie. Of course not. Why would they lie? We are the best country in the world for a reason, because we are truth-seeking, upstanding people. Oh, hey, at Honky Bunky, when did you get in here? Is that the real Honky Bunky? Belief in a cover-up is even higher than belief in alien visitation. In 2019, a Gallup poll found that a staggering 68% of Americans believe that, quote, the U.S. government knows more about UFOs than it is telling. This political trend has been decades in the making. Jimmy Carter promised document disclosure during his presidential campaign in 1976, several years after his own reported UFO sighting. What the heck? He has a UFO sighting? Jimmy Carter UFO sighting. I may have heard of this, but just completely forgot. Honky Bunky official. Yes, at real Honky Bunky. Jimmy Carter UFO incident from Wikipedia. He reported seeing a UFO while at Leary, Georgia in 1969. While serving as governor of Georgia, Carter was asked on September 14th, 1973, by the International UFO Bureau in Oklahoma City to file a report of the sighting, and he filed a statement on September 18th, mailed September 20th. Since its writing, the report has been discussed several times by both ufologists and by members of the mainstream media. Sighting. One evening in 1969, 2 years before he became governor of Georgia, Carter was preparing to give a speech at a Lions Club meeting. He reported that about 7:15 p.m., one of the guests called his attention to a strange, bright white object about as bright as the moon that was about 30 degrees above the horizon to the west of where they were standing. It moved toward their direction, but stopped beyond a stand of pipe trees. A stand of pine trees some distance from them. The object then changed color, first to blue, then to red, then back to white, before appearing to recede into the distance. Carter felt that the object was self-illuminated and not solid in nature. Carter's report indicates that it was witnessed by about 10 or 12 other people, and was in view for 10 to 12 minutes before it passed out of sight. In 1973, Carter reiterated. Basically the same thing. Speaking in 2005 interview, Carter said basically the same thing. The exact date on which the sighting occurred has been called into question by investigators. According to the report that he filed with the International UFO Bureau 4 years after the incident, Carter saw the UFO in October 1969. However, investigators have cited Lions Club records as evidence that it occurred 9 months earlier. According to a meeting report that he filed with the Lions Club, Carter gave his leery speech in January 6, 1969, not in October. The setting of his January meeting, as described in his report to the Lions Club, also matches the setting that he would later describe to the media when speaking about his sighting. His report to the Lions Club made no mention of the sighting itself. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I was not aware that Jimmy Carter had this sighting. Good to know. Was that 69 when it was Roswell? It's like 49? Roswell was 47. Okay. Jimmy Carter reported his own UFO sighting. Like so many other sightings, the simplest explanation is that he saw Venus. That's an interesting conclusion. An interesting Occam's razor there. Jimmy Carter. Does Venus tend to change color so quickly? UFO sighting. Carter felt that the object was self-illuminated. Yeah, so it says the object moved toward their direction. So unless he misremembered, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I believe I was camping as a advanced placement thingy when I was in like middle school, and we went to this observatory, and we saw a planet. I believe it was Venus. It was pretty isolated, so there was no light pollution from any nearby cities. I'm pretty sure I would have been able to tell if it moved. And what I saw was very far away, very clearly. And it definitely did not move. So if Jimmy Carter recounts that he saw a illuminated object and that it moved, I am inclined to believe that it's probably not Venus. But let's keep reading and see where this goes. Like so many other sightings, the simplest explanation is that he saw Venus. This happens a lot. Hillary Clinton also suggested she wanted to, quote, open Pentagon files as much as I can, end quote, during her presidential campaign against Donald Trump. As seen in the video below, Trump suggested that he'd need to, quote, think about whether it was possible to declassify the so-called Roswell documentation. What do you mean so-called Roswell? Is there 994 pages of the Roswell Report, Fact versus Fiction in the New Mexico Desert. Okay, we're going to read this for the next 20 hours. Why is he saying so-called? Whether it was possible to declassify the so-called Roswell documentation related to the notorious crash and the recovery of alien bodies.
Before you leave office, will you let us know if there's aliens? Because this is the only thing I really want to know. I want to know what's going on. Would you ever open up Roswell and let us know what's really going on there?
So many people ask me that question.
I know, it sounds almost ridiculous, but it's actually the real question I want to know.
It sounds like a cute question, but it's actually, there are millions and millions of people that want to go there, that want to see it. I won't talk to you about what I know about it, but it's very interesting. But Roswell's a very interesting place with a lot of people that would like to know what's going on.
So you're saying you may declassify? You'll take it?
Well,
He didn't say anything. What does that mean?
I'll have to think about that one. Right?
All right.
That he didn't say anything. Former President Bill Clinton claimed to have set his chief of staff, John Podesta, down to Area 51, a highly classified U.S. Air Force facility, just in case any of the rumors about alien technology at the site were true. It is worth noting. It is worth nothing. Wait, did he mean that? Is this a typo? I can't tell. This makes sense either way. Whether it's a typo or not, this makes sense. It is worth nothing that Podesta is a longtime enthusiast for all things to do with UFOs. I assume it's a typo. It is worth noting that Podesta is a longtime enthusiast for all things to do with UFOs. The most prominent current advocate of document disclosure is the Democratic Senate leader Chuck Schumer. His stripped? Is that striped, right? Stripped. Yes, it's stripped. Okay. I hate these words that are like this, that I have to think about whether or not it's pronounced one way or the other. His stripped back 2023 UAP disclosure bill for revealing some UAP records was co-sponsored by 3 Republican senators. Pentagon disclosure finally began during the early stages of Joe Biden's term in office, but so far there has been nothing to see. Nothing looks like an encounter. Nothing looks close. Still, the background noise does not go away. No, this is an article, a comment from a philosophy of ethics professor about why this alien stuff is spooky and bad for society. I feel like I think you're talking about Trump, right, Honky Bonky? I feel like he is so likely to accidentally let everyone know what the truth is that they specifically trained with him what to say if he's asked about it, maybe. I think this was, though, before he came into office the first time. Before his first term. They convinced him that it's special, cool secret, and he's so cool for knowing it, and it won't be as cool if everyone knows. He definitely seems like the kind of person that if he knew, he would let it slip by accident. So it's hard for me to say whether or not he knows or not. It could be either way. Okay. Problems for society. All this is ultimately encouraging conspiracy theories, which could undermine trust in democratic institutions. There have been humorous calls to storm Area 51. They can't shoot all of us. How long ago was this? It feels like July 25th, 2019. It was that long ago. What the heck? They promised not to put him in jail as long as he don't talk about the aliens. That might be the case. Maybe the judge is the aliens. That's how he knew. He had the power to terminate him right there and then. There have been humorous calls to storm Area 51, and after the storming of the Capitol in 2021, this now looks like an increasingly dangerous possibility. Too much background noise about UFOs and UAPs can also get in the way of legitimate science communication about the possibility of finding microbial extraterrestrial life. Astrobiology, the science of dealing with such matters, has a far less effective publicity machine than ufology. History, a YouTube channel part owned by Disney, regularly delivers shows about, quote, ancient aliens. This is the show that Charlie's dad watches. The show is now in its 20th season, and the channel has 13.8 million subscribers. The NASA Astrobiology channel has a hard-won 200,000 subscribers. Actual science finds itself badly outnumbered by entertainment repackaged as factual. Let's go have a look at this NASA channel. Come here. Oh, they got 2,000 more subscribers since that article. Their last video was 13 days ago and has 524 views. Their most popular video is 5 years ago, 148,000 views, which is an animation about the Navajo Story of the Stars. I feel like if they... Oh my goodness, my ears.
People are celebrating Diwali in India and other nations. Dia de los Muertos has started.
Part of it. So it was, I don't know, just to me it was the most exciting.
Go to settings, choose 0.75 playback speed if you are dumb like me. Makes way more sense, slow down a bit. Oh my god. This is why this channel has no views. They use words that are too big. Why use more word when less word do trick? It does kind of suck that like the lowest common denominator, the lowest hanging fruit is what gets popular. They could make it more entertaining. The kind of people who would be interested in those videos and those discussions would probably spend more of their time reading books or doing other pursuits than watching YouTube. So it's not surprising to me that History Channel's Ancient Aliens has 13.8 million subscribers and NASA has 20,000. Alien visitation narratives have also repeatedly tried to hijack and overwrite the history and mythology of indigenous people. The first steps in this direction go back to Alexander Kazan. I think I've heard this name, but I don't know from where. Kazantsev's science fiction tale, Explosion, The Story of a Hypothesis, 1946. It presents the 1908 Tunguska meteorite impact event as a Nagasaki-like explosion of an alien spacecraft engine. A single giant black female survivor has been left stranded, what the heck, equipped with special healing powers. The modern alien visitation narrative has not, after all, emerged out of indigenous communities. Quite the opposite. It emerged, in part, as a way for conspiracy-minded thinkers in a Europe torn apart by racism to, quote, explain how complex urban civilizations in places like South America could have existed prior to European settlement. Okay, I am not at all familiar with what the heck he's talking about here. How places like South America could have existed prior to European settlement. Oh, okay. I think he's basically saying how they had the Mayans or the Incans, whoever were down there, how they built pyramids because of aliens. Okay, I see. I feel like most reasonable enough people are aware that they built that themselves. The pyramids in Egypt and the pyramids in South and Central America. I feel like most reasonable enough people. There's reasonable people, and then there's people who are reasonable enough. They're not reasonable, but they're almost there. I think there's enough of the population that's there that it's will probably be just okay. It is increasingly clear that belief in alien visitations is no longer just a fun speculation, but something that has real and damaging consequences. All right then. Let's have a look at these graphs here. This is the article he mentioned about increase of 20% to 34% of people who believe that UFO sightings offer likely proof of alien life in U.S. I guess the American population. A growing share of Americans believe UFOs are either alien ships or alien life forms. Question is, do you believe that UFOs are probably alien ships or alien life forms, or that they have some natural scientific explanation? In 2022, 34% said aliens, 34% said don't know, 32% said natural scientific explanation, like swamp gas. Few Americans expect we will make contact with the aliens in the next decade. If we encountered aliens, how likely do you think it is that they would wait, what? That they would look like humans? Most Americans think aliens would be more technologically advanced than humans. Few expect they'll look like aliens from science fiction. Oh, okay, I see. If we encountered aliens, how likely do you think it is that they would be far more technologically advanced than humans? 44% said very likely. 22% said somewhat likely. How likely would they be to come in peace? 11% said they are very likely to come in peace. 30% say they are somewhat likely to come in peace. 39% said not sure. And 41% think that it is not likely at all that they would be less technologically advanced than humans. Interesting. Okay, so I'm glad I found this article here was way better than this one that I found initially. I am now given a very bad impression of IFL science. This does not seem to be well written, or I find their lack of quotes and citations disturbing, shall we say. Do I have... Might have like one more article, I think. No, I don't. Okay. Okay, we dealt with all of that. Get that guy out of there. I think I am mostly good. Everything I've got left here is like art stuff, which I do not have the energy for right now. I do feel like there's one more thing I'm forgetting, but I don't know what. I was thinking of like maybe doing my nails, but I'm not gonna do that. I am getting pretty tired, so maybe I'll call it here in a second if I don't find another article. Let's go see what Google News has for me. Oh, wait, hold on. I do have one more. One more thing I saw that might be very important for me. Where'd the article go? Brendan Carr, who's that guy? What's this article from? They did not link the article. They only have a screenshot. Let me type in the text exactly as it appears here. See if I can find it. Quote. But no. Let's go to regular Google. What the heck? Just 5 pages into the forward. By the president. Okay, it's from MSNBC. Not to get political or anything, but oh wait, but this last thing we'll cover for today. From MSNBC by Ryan Teague Beckwith, newsletter editor, published July 12th, 2024. This is quite a while ago, but I only saw reference to it recently. Interesting. So I'll see if this remains the case. If the information from this article is still in play. Project 20. I have no idea what this is about. I've just ignored all of this all of this conspiratoid stuff. So we'll see what MSNBC had to say back in July. Project 2025's plan to criminalize porn has a sinister subplot. The far-right game plan for a second Trump term defines pornography to include, quote, transgender ideology. Unfortunately, because I don't know anything about this Project 2025 thing, which everyone seems to know so much about, whether or not it's going to be an actual plan or not. Apparently Trump knows about it, but then Trump says he doesn't know anything about it. I don't know. I am uninformed on this particular thing, but I do want to see what are some of the key points here about these particular elements. Seems kind of cringe. Amid the 920 pages worth of conservative ideas in the Project 2025 plans for a second Trump administration, one stands out for its sheer improbability, criminalizing pornography. Which I'm pretty sure that's been brought up several times over the years as a free speech issue. It is technically a form of speech if you're expressing yourself in certain forms of media. I really don't think I'm pretty sure that's why this improbability is here, because that's been challenged multiple times as a free speech issue. Or I guess it's been protected as a free speech issue. Just 5 pages into the foreword by the president of the far-right Heritage Foundation think tank, their proposal stakes out an uncompromising position that porn should be banned, porn producers and distributors should be sent to prison, and tech companies that circulate it should be shut down. So I guess that includes the bird one, the blue bird. That's full of bots. It's true that politics makes strange bedfellows, but we're talking about anti-porn crusaders teaming up with Trump, who has literally had his share of strange bedfellows. To recap, he was on the March 1990 cover of Playboy. Was he? What the heck? Playboy magazine, next to Playmate Brandy Brandt, who was wearing his tuxedo jacket and nothing else. He hung it on his wall. Okay, that's pretty based. He hung it on his wall of his office in the Trump Tower and often autographed copies on the campaign trail in 2016. That's bad. That sounds like something I would do, to be fair. He had short cameos in 94 and 2000 Playboy videos in which he interviewed models who, to be fair, were wearing clothes at the time, and took Polaroids asking them if they had, quote, what it takes to be a playmate. He boosted future First Lady Melania Trump's modeling career by allowing her to do a photo shoot in his private jet that included partial nudity. She also modeled fully nude before she met Trump in photos that were leaked during the 2016 race. Trump has said unconvincingly that he does not know the people behind Project 2025 and does not support all of its proposals. That's an interesting key word there. Does not support all of its proposals. But on this subject, he has previously endorsed a similar idea, signing a pledge from the group Enough is Enough in 2016 to crack down on porn and potentially appoint a presidential commission to look at the, quote, harmful public health impact of internet pornography on youth, families, and the American culture. He did neither. The polling is mixed at best. Gallup's annual social survey has found that only 38% of Americans think that pornography is, quote, morally acceptable, down slightly from a high of 43% in 2018, but still higher than the low of 30% in 2011. That puts it somewhere between the number who think, quote, sex between teenagers and cloning animals is morally acceptable. That's a strange place to fall between, but okay. But the Project 2025 proposal is even more sweeping than the one Trump endorsed in his first campaign, indicating that its anti-porn language may be covering for a broader crusade against LGBTQ rights. It's worth reading in full. Quote, pornography manifested today in the omnipresent propagation of transgender ideology and sexualization of children, for instance. Okay, I don't see how those two are connected, but okay. Is not a political Gordian knot inextricably binding up disparate claims about free speech, property rights, sexual liberation, and child welfare. It has no claim to First Amendment protection. Its purveyors are child predators and misogynistic exploiters of women. I mean, we're talking about Trump here, right? You guys are aware. you know, grab him by the pussy, all that. Are you really the person to be saying this and think it should be taken seriously? Come on, bruv. Think about it. Their product is as addictive as any illicit drug and as psychologically destructive as any crime. Pornography should be outlawed. The people who produce and distribute it should be imprisoned. Educators and public librarians who purvey it should be classed as registered sex offenders, and telecommunications and technology firms that facilitate its spread should be shuttered. That's definitely very heavy-handed, and I'm pretty sure if people are being honest, I think they would very clearly tell that this is very far overreaching. Educators and public librarians who purvey it. What exactly would that mean in this context? Do they want no sex ed? Is that what they would say? Purvey, to furnish or provide, as with a convenience, provisions, or the like. It sounds to me like sex ed. That's a lot to unpack. Under this proposal, Stormy Daniels might be the one at the defendant's table next time, and Trump's new friend, Elon Musk, might see X shuttered for being too XXX. But the giveaway here is the two examples provided in the beginning. Quote, transgender ideology and, quote, sexualization of children. That echoes similar rhetoric being used by groups such as Moms for Liberty to oppose everything from drag queen reading hours to LGBTQ books in school libraries. But the rest of the paragraph takes it to another level. After all, quote, transgender ideology, end quote, is a broad enough term to not just cover specific books that some parents might find objectionable, but the very idea that people can be transgender. Perhaps, as with Trump's 2016 pledge, the vague proposal to ban porn may go nowhere in a second term, but the anti-LGBTQ proposals that it portends will almost surely will. Interesting. I wonder, let me go look up real quick, what percentage... I'm wondering how impactful the adult industry would be. Percentage of US, it's not big at all though, of US economy revolves around adult work, let's say. Based on research, this is the brave AI answer. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the employment to population ratio in the United States is around... Oh, okay, no, this isn't... it's saying adults as in adults who are employees, not, let's say adult industry. The market size of the adult websites industry in the US as of 2024 is estimated to be $1.2 billion. To put this into perspective, considering the overall US economy, this figure is relatively small. According to search results, the services sector contributes around 77.6% to the GDP of the US in 2021. Within the services sector, various industries such as healthcare, finance, education, and others dominate the landscape. Percentage here, so it says 1.2 billion. divided by 22.67 trillion of the 2021 US GDP makes it approximately 0.0053%. Rounded to 2 decimal points, this translates to approximately 0.53% of the US economy. Yeah, that's definitely super duper tiny. However, if Trump's America comes to be and they not only target people who are making it, but also people who produce it and distribute it. That includes websites, I guess. So any web hosts, any editors, probably anyone who is in any way, shape, or form paid for us, even like graphics or logos or anything revolving the distribution at all would be imprisoned. So that's a huge chunk of artists that are being taken there, educators and public librarians. And lastly, the biggest one would be telecommunications and technology firms. So basically every single ISP would be shuttered. Is that what they're saying? They would destroy every single ISP and put in their own guys instead, as well as any technology firms. So basically every website that distributes or has a likelihood of potentially accidentally distributing adult work. I guess maybe that includes YouTube, because I think I once saw a Let's Play by a person in which they had a video game about a mommy, and that was pretty spooky. And so therefore, technically speaking, YouTube does distribute this kind of material. So I'll go ahead and keep an update on this. Does it say here who is the author? Okay. I will do a deeper dive on this later, probably on my free time, just so I can have it in mind. And I will see whether or not any changes or any progress is made toward these ideas. But yeah, that's pretty spooky. It's just like if they want to put women out of business, no women are allowed to make money. They should all be arrested. Wait, does that include feed pics? I wonder if if the document specifies whether or not feed pics will include arrest. That's pretty spooky. Big feet is gonna go down. But yeah, that is where I will leave it for today. I did add here that I need to finish Megamind 69. Maybe that's what I'll do next stream. Maybe next week, we'll see. I might be too busy with another project, but I do kind of want to finish Megamind by the end of the year. I guess to me, technically, it's like a Christmas game, because when I first got Megamind 69, it was Christmas, and so that would be a nice way to loop that back around. Maybe I won't even play a Lord of the Rings game this Christmas. It'll just be Megamind. So we'll see how long that takes. I think I remember it being quite long on the first playthrough, but then a couple of other playthroughs afterward, once you know what you're doing, you can get through it pretty quickly. So I might be able to finish it before Christmas, but we'll see. And that is where I will leave it for today. Okay, thank you guys for chilling, for hanging out. I hope it was fun. I hope it was cozy. So good luck, have fun, don't die, don't be stupid, try not to swallow your tongue, try not to suck your own dick, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye bye.